Welcome, Cancer, to your February 11th through the 16th reading. I hope you guys are doing great out there. Okay, guys, let's get in here and see what's going on. We have the overall energy for you is the Eight of Swords, feeling like there's this trapped feeling. I do see within all these cards, you do have the Four of Cups to the Hope over here, which is the Star card. It does feel like there's definitely some kind of truth that's coming out within the situation, but it does feel like someone's trying to battle for keeping this alive, perhaps. Maybe it's you, maybe it's them. Put the energy where it needs to be. This is a love reading, right? I'm starting them out that way, and then I'll get to your money over here. But it's definitely showing that there is not enough effort being returned within this situation. Could be a third party situation, or somebody else is involved in the situation. It does not have to be cheating. It could be a child, a friend, a parent, a co-worker, whatever it is. Somebody could definitely be involved within this situation, okay, which is leading to the lack of teamwork, the lack of instability. For a lot of you, I do see that there could have been a lot of betrayal when it comes to manipulation. It could also, it could have definitely been cheating. Okay, but I do have, got a lot of eights in here. Definitely feeling, though, that whatever is going on, there's definitely some kind of emotional shutdown with the Four of Cups over here. So I do feel like you're kind of in this place where you're just not going to open up right now. You do have the Nine of Coins in reverse to the Three of Coins in reverse. Okay. To the Queen of Coins. You guys could be dealing with a Capricorn. It doesn't have to be. You could be dealing with also a Virgo or a Pisces. Okay. The reason I say Cap, I have Cap twice, so it does not have to be, though, but let's see what we got here. I find the situation. Ooh. Well, the overall energy is really showing this mental entrapment and emotional withdrawal. I do feel like somebody did you dirty over here. It does show that there's this, like I said, this effort of not being able to. I think this person ghosted you. I think they ghosted you. If you know you ghosted them, that's fine, but I'm really feeling like this person ghosted you. They left you hanging. They left and just ghosted. And I do see that that's where the effort of not being, any efforts that you were giving them was not being returned, number one. And number two, I don't see them returning, but I do see them ghosting. I do see the emotional imbalance. I don't feel like there was some kind of fair opportunity when it came to this, because I feel like they never allowed the truth to come out of the situation where it could change the scenario of the relationship. It was like, yep, that's what happened, goodbye. And they ghosted you. They did not want any kind of communication when it came to this. Maybe they didn't want to own up to their mistake, or they just didn't want to fix this mistake with you guys. You guys maybe just were having in and outs, having roller coasters, and they just did not. They just felt it was too overwhelming, and they just pulled back and left. The interference over here, too, also could be money problems. Maybe they didn't have a job. Whatever that interference is. But I do see the instability. What could have been a long-term connection for a lot of you. A lot of you could have been in this relationship for quite a long time. And maybe you were used to having them come back and wanting to do this, or maybe it's just gotten worse and worse throughout the years. For some reason, it feels like the more that you guys keep fighting throughout the years or months or weeks or whatever's going on, it's getting worse and worse the way that they're handling the situation, like they're not handling the situation. There's some kind of emotional attachment. And so finally they ghosted the situation. So let's get in here and see. Overall situation, overall outcome is the Lovers in reverse to the Ace of Swords, the Truth. The King of Swords could be dealing with an Aquarius. And the Devil could be dealing with a Capricorn Aquarius. Or a Capricorn or a Libra. There's a lot of balance over here as well. So could definitely be feeling like you're getting this balance. And if a Libra feels imbalanced, they're out the door. You know what I mean? Nothing is gonna help that situation. They're either gonna have to fix themselves or they're out the door, right? So I do feel like the overall outcome when it comes to the situation, there's the ghosting too. Not being seen. Allowing the love to die by ghosting, not wanting to commit to the truth, allowing the connection to fall. So this connection ends, and then the truth will come out, what's really going on. Or it'll just make you say, I knew it, because, you know, by them ghosting and them not doing something, they already answered the question. You know what I mean? They already told the truth. Sometimes that's all it takes, is for them to back themselves into a corner and to take off, to say, I knew that was it because I confronted you with the truth and you backed away and you didn't want to fight for it, so I already know the truth. And a lot of times, guys, it's just that easy. They don't even have to say a fucking word, do they? Your emotions, you're an empath. You can pick that up. You'll know just by that. Your lion eyes. That's why they made that song, right? Eagles, your lion eyes. They told all the truth, right? Can't hide those lion eyes, right? So, I mean, in seriousness, that was it. And all you did was you literally told me the truth when you ghosted me. When you ghosted me and you didn't want to talk anymore, you already set the standards of, yeah, I was cheating. Yeah, this is betrayal. Yes, I did that. But that's okay, though, because it says this is where, you're going to get that clarity. It's going to replace all of that confusion that they put within you, right? And then you're going to be able to start allowing your heart to heal and allowing that truth to set you free. I mean, this is really what it is. They did you dirty. Betrayal, ghosting, emotional shutdown, surrounding the connection of a third party, allowing somebody else or something else to interfere that shouldn't even be there. And then they're going to allow that to become the major truth to the situation, or allowing some kind of illusion to take over the truth of where the connection is. So, I mean, your clarity is already your truth. And I'm telling you right now, them ghosting you already told the truth. They didn't even need for it to come out of their fucking mouth. Them doing what they did, that's already the truth, right? The truth that they couldn't handle. And if it was you guys who ghosted, it was because you didn't want to tell your truth, right? Because you're saying it by ghosting. You're saying, I already did it. You already know the truth because I'm ghosting. So however you want to see it, right? So, I mean, this is going to be one of the very, very, very empowering version, guys. I mean, this is a very empowering version for you, because this is going to be one of those times within your life that you're going to be like, and I really listened to my intuition this time. You know what I mean? And it is. This is where you're going to actually be able to take your power back. And in seriousness, it doesn't matter if you were ghosting or they were ghosting, because even if they're ghosting, just shows what was going on within the situation, to where one doesn't want to, you know what, you just figure it out yourself. Because no matter what it is, that ghosting is the truth. It shows the truth within the situation. So Cancer, if you're ghosting and you think they don't know the truth, you disappearing and you ghosting, which is very rare for a Cancer to do, but if you did, they already know that truth. right? They know that something went awry. They know that you're not going to deal with this situation, right? And that you guys cannot handle the heat. Something is too heated and the relationship cannot sustain. I really do feel for the majority of you that, you know, they actually ghosted you, but that's how it feels. But we will see, right? Everybody has their own story. This is definitely one of those really harsh, putting down the boundaries to take on a new world scenario. It's almost like if somebody needs to walk away. I just, you know what, and maybe it's one of those things too. Maybe it's where there's one of those things where there's no truth and it needs to be spoken. We've already said everything we need to say. We need to just get away from each other because you do have the toxic death card. So there could be that as well. And everything that needs to be said was already said. There needs not be anything else. Because maybe it makes it too heated, right? Everybody's story is different. So when we have outcomes, we have to try to grab as many different outcomes as possible, and then it will click with you. Why? Because it depends on who you're dealing with, what you're dealing with. What if you're dealing with somebody? I mean, look, we have a really hot-headed person over here, right? So everybody's story is going to be a little different. So try to make as many as possible. This is general reading. And guys, let's look at your money for just a second and see where you're going over here. Grab a couple money cards for the beautiful Cancer. And especially if it's a job, maybe you just, I'm going to walk away. I don't even care. I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth. I'll bite my tongue and walk away. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's going to depend on how and what is going on. It doesn't always have to be one way. This is not a personal reading. Home-based, if you guys are working from home, you're going to change your environment. You might be moving, or you might be taking your job outside of the home into another space, right? Maybe you're taking it into the real environment of public. Maybe you're just changing things around in your space, right? Guardian angel, trusting that your guardian angel is watching you. You have a lot of changes coming when it comes to your job over here and the way that the money's flowing and the way that things are going for you. I find on this job over here and this money. Yeah, where you were kind of stuck in your head about this situation, I do see it moving. Yeah, you're moving towards this abundance where you felt like you were stuck and nothing was going. So now you're going to feel like you're going to get more clientele. You're going to be seen more. Your business is going to pick up. If you work for another business, it might be kind of slow. It could be this slow season. And now you're going to know that everything's picking up so you can start, getting ready to save money and, get back on track. So doing a lot better. Soften and back and open back into love all day long. It's time to soften yourself back up and give yourself that love that you need. Don't let this person just completely wear and tear you down. Devote yourself to discovering the highest truths within yourself, and remember that you are the Empress no matter what. You don't have to be Taurus. You don't have to be Libra. You are this love that you give within yourself. Okay, and it's time to harvest what it is that you need to harvest from yourself, taking on that Venetian energy. Okay, no matter what. It doesn't even matter if you have Venus in your chart or not. It's just saying, make sure that you understand that you are love no matter what. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.